I'm just talking about of course, the part of the interview where we get to the big names around the division. Ryan Garcia made some headlines. He responded to something you said about his mom and about just all that stuff. And I guess he tweeted out, "When I see Tio now, it's not going to be a fight. I'm going to get it back in blood." What are your thoughts on that response to that?
Well, I think people, they switch my words and then they make it seem like I basically said that his mother got cancer from that purpose. No, but I'm just saying like I wish his mom nothing but the best. I even said it in that interview that I had. I said it in there, and the guy Danza Project, the guy himself was saying that I wished his mother well and that God puts his blessing and his miracle on his mother. Because at the end of the day, we're human beings, and whatever the case would have been with her son, that's between her, like that's between the son and him. Like that's between them. But people are gonna mix that in that sense and make it seem like I'm the bad guy and just said that basically his mother got cancer because of what he did. No, I'm just saying that when you do specific things like that, sometimes it may come back in a different way. That's all. And if it is happening towards his mother, I didn't wish that on his mom. Cancer is not something to play with at all.
Right.
So I wish her nothing but the best. But whatever Ryan says, we'll see when if that ever comes about. If we come and see each other in person and he swings first, I'm gonna defend myself. I'm not gonna sit there and let a guy hit me. So it's self defense, really. So if that ever comes about and he's there at a boxing event and I'm there and he sees me and he says what he says on the X app and he comes at me like that, then best believe I'm gonna knock some head off because I'm not gonna let a guy just swing. I gotta defend myself, right? It's self defense. So I won't hit the guy. I'm not gonna hit him. I'm not gonna be this dumb guy to go in and hit him first. You
You're a
know, um,
counterpuncher.
exactly, but mainly overall, not just the counterpunching, but it's just like it's law. It's law. It's some things are better left unsaid, and some things are better left undone. And hopefully he gets better whatever he's going through right now, and yeah, we see what happens then.
You didn't go for that deal with him last year. I remember you telling me when everything played out with him around the Haney fight, when the Ostarine missing weight, and then now even money issues with Golden Boy after the fact of the fight. Is that like did it play out and is that part of why you didn't go for it last year? All the stuff that wound up happening. Did you foresee some of that stuff?
Well, you got to understand, like, when it comes to all these things, and Oscar explaining his part of the situation, which he's correct about. Oscar De La Hoya is correct. Well, these kids didn't read the contract correctly. You know what I'm saying? Some things in pay per view takes about 90 days afterwards. Sometimes even 120 days. So you got to really, even though I never had a pay per view fight, how is it that I kind of understand the pedigree of it? Like at least in those moments. You know what I'm saying? Like how is it that I understand like the percentage deals and all that? Like because I actually read the damn contract. I'm not just looking at the number that I'm gonna get, and then on top of that, what I'm gonna get after with the pay per view shares. Like these things, you can't say that you're technically a boss. And I refer this to Haney, to the Devin Haney's and the Haney team. You can't say, everybody's been saying that he's his own boss and that he does his own rules and he does this, but in reality, you're not because you shouldn't be complaining about you not getting your money. Tell me right now, have you ever heard of Floyd Mayweather complaining about his pay-per-view shares and not receiving his money?
Not to this day, no.
No, not to this day, right? Because that was a boss. I'm not a boss, but I understand the concept of being a boss. Of being a boss is someone that actually has direct contact and source with the networks, not with just a so on and so called just co-promotion. You know, me is Takeover Promotions co-promoted with Top Rank, and then our network deal is with ESPN. You see what I mean? So no matter what, I'm still getting paid through the promotion, right? But the same thing goes on to the Haneys, and the same thing goes to the Garcias, because no matter what, they having their promotions, but they're getting co-promoted, and then they're getting it through the networks. So I just didn't want to fall into that answer. You know what I'm saying? I saw it. I saw the percentage that they were apparently throwing out there, whether it was a real contract or a fake contract. All I know is that I know for my best interest that wasn't the plan that I wanted to do at that time. And look where it is right now. So I guess, yeah, you have to be careful. This is not just about, not to be so long on talking about this, but this is not just about making the money. It's about making the right money for your brand. You hear me? For your brand. This is the takeover brand. So for the takeover, the brand has to I make sure my stock and everything, and I look at my stock. If it's not doing well, then I gotta figure out something else to bring it up. And in those essence, it's like for the same fighters, Garcia, Haney, they're making all that money. And they said that they would made 35, 50 million, but they're complaining about the money they haven't received yet. So obviously there's things that are happening on that side, and they should really talk to their lawyers and to their managers if they still have them, and really figure it out so that it doesn't happen again.
Last one, Tio. Thanks for